this comes in very useful. So that was my first exposure to composition and arranging, was taking hymn melodies and arranging them. So the song "Come Follow Me" I did this with, which just sounds like this. Split arpeggio thing where you take the bottom, go to the fifth, and then go up to the third and back. And you just do that twice in a measure. So you do like that. You just keep doing that. You can also change the pattern a little bit. Go like this. Or you can do that. So you can work out your arms that way too when you're practicing. Yeah, exactly. Smart thinking. Yeah. But wait, I should start doing that. It's a good exercise while playing piano. But yeah, that's why I like to show this idea of sketching a melody, because you can actually do the same thing with the harmony. If you want to kind of paint what type of picture do I want this to be, and I didn't do that when I've been teaching this method for probably 6-7 years in workshops, but I didn't used to have that little kind of picture to the melody, but it helps you think about different ways to reshape the music once you try it one way, how you can change the shaping. It's pretty amazing though what just a couple of simple arranging techniques will do in music, because, so I'm just going to go back on this hymn. So as I said, we don't want to have too much repetition of the same thing, right? If we just stay at the same intervals or just the same rhythm, even when it's an interesting rhythm, that can get old. So if I was going to do "Come Follow Me," this is how I would do a very simple arrangement of it. I would take the song and I'd play the last 4 bars of the hymn. So I created this to match hymn-style writing, which is very common, not just in religious music, but in composition generally. The music follows a 16-bar pattern in a lot of the songs. So I would take the last line and I would play it slowly and softly up high, 1 octave higher. This is straight out the hymn book. Then I'm going to play it with this arpeggio. Straight out of the hymn book in this case, with very, very minimal alterations just based on these kinds of principles. Now I did do a key change in there. With the LDS hymn book, you can actually download hymns online and in a different key, so you don't actually have to do the key change yourself. You can just tell it to change the key and get that. But there are techniques you can use for creating modulations. So Let's see, we're about out of time. I wanted to do some Q&A. Are there any questions about this, what I showed you, kind of the arranging, some of the embellishment techniques? Yeah.
What about doing like different time signatures, like 3/4, 5/4?
Oh, good question. Good question. Give me a song to do that with, and I'll show you.
Like
Any song.
Mission Impossible, that's in 5/4.
So I'm going to show you how to, do you want me to show you how to change a time signature or something, or how to create something within a time signature?
How to create something within a different time.
Within a time signature. So, let me talk about that. I mean, it's kind of the same principle as all of this other stuff, like you would just add another beat. The one thing you want to know for those more technical time signatures is you have to understand where your downbeats hit. So, everybody get a photo of this that wanted it? I saw some people with cameras or phones. Okay. So, yeah, so like with, like here's a song in 7/8. Let's see, 7, I'm trying to remember what's in 7. Oh, let's do 5/4. So this is the basic line of Mission Impossible. So if I recall correctly, the emphasis in 5/4 is on beat 1 and on beat 4. So like when you have, so like in 6/8 time, for example, your emphasis is on the 1 and on the 4 of the 6. In 7/8, let's see, I think typically the 7/8 stuff that I've heard is your emphasis is on the 1 and then the 4 and the 6. So it would be like, because you have to have the key emphasis, otherwise you just get lost in the time signature and the listener gets lost too. So that's why like Mission Impossible, you have the 1 and the 4 are technically how it's divided, and you'll see that in conducting. If you do like a conducting class, the way they like conduct is also driven by kind of the beat placement to help you with that. Yeah, 7/8. That's a 7/8. I think what was the other one I was doing? Oh, that was just a syncopated pattern I was doing in 8. So and you can choose that too. Like if you want to create a more jazzy style, if you actually offset your emphasis where it doesn't belong, then you can do that. It's like the very basic pattern, pop pattern. It's generally like in a lot of new age music uses a 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2, which is actually in 4/4, but they've offset the beats to get it that kind of sound. Does that give you something to go on?
Yeah.
Cool. Good. Technical question. Other questions? Wow, I have some more show and tells I can give you on this, but.
How long did it take you to get this thing?
So I'm 29. I started writing when I was 15, heavily. So I'd written my very first song that I wrote, I think it was before I was 15. Was this song. It's basically the C major scale with like 2 chords. So that was my very first song. Then when I was, but I think I was like 13 or something. When I was in high school, I started writing a lot more. And so I wrote a song called Sky Vision. This is the song. So it had a lot of repetition and like relatively simple harmonies, but like it was still fun. It was very new agey. And that's just that key change I just did. That's just a jump key change. So you can do jump. You don't actually have to set up key changes for some styles of music. You can literally just jump into the key, and it's actually cooler that way. Like that one. Jump actually makes it sound cool to do that. So yeah, when I was 15, I put out my first album in high school when I was 16, it was. So I wrote a full album, 12 songs. And then I continued writing music a ton in the 12, 13, 14 years since then. So lots and lots of practice. But again, I mean, I remember another song I had that I first wrote. You can hear how there's kind of like a lot of repetition in that. You know, it just does like original sound in the same pattern. But like that's, I mean, you start, it doesn't matter if you start with the very simplest song that we talked about or if you start with something more advanced. Like you find your way there because it just takes lots and lots of time writing different styles.
I just was curious, I wonder if you could paint a picture a little bit about when you grew up, like the influence your parents had, your teachers, that
Yeah.
kind of background.
So I grew up in California, Northern California. My parents told me that I never really complained about practicing, according to what they say. I mean, I don't really remember being a younger kid doing piano. Piano wasn't really my passion until I was about 15 though. So I mean, I grew up with classical lessons. I did all the Mozart stuff. And in California, I did the Certificate of Merit, which was like, I think similar to whatever the big program is. You go play for a judge and you take your theory test every year and kind of go to honors recital and things like that. And then the passion for me really took off when I started writing, actually, to writing music. I was playing, by the time I started when I was 8, so I was playing Chopin and Rachmaninoff by the time I was about 15 on the piano, but then it was really when I started to write that like music kind of became a passion. And that's when I started to spend a lot of time with the piano. Not so much practicing for my lesson, but like, I mean, I did that still, but my heavy time was writing music. So yeah, I mean, I wasn't ever forced to practice, but at the same time, it wasn't like I was excited to play necessarily as a little kid. I think it was just something you did, like swim lessons and, dance or whatever, you just do it, soccer. But yeah, once I was about 15, that's when kind of the passion took off, and I started spending a lot of time. And then I've had mentors and people. John Schmidt was someone I met, it was when I was a freshman at BYU, and I connected with him, and I had a parody act I created of him, and I started getting into the comedy side of music then. So then John, he wasn't ever a mentor to me musically, but was kind of a mentor just professionally and like, encouraging me and stuff and things. But I'm a big proponent of identifying passion and then pursuing that, because I can tell you for myself, I would never thrive in a strictly classical collegiate environment. The classical background is crucial, and I will say that to my dying breath. Like, I can't do the stuff that I showed you guys without classical background. So, for example, the magic trick of like take any 3 notes and create it in a song, like you have to know theory really well to be able to do that, and you have to have played a lot of different music, and then you also have to be able to play by ear, which I didn't start until I was older. But like my friend Josh Wright, so you may know Josh Wright, who's an amazing concert pianist, came out of the University of Utah and then went back east for his PhD. Phenomenal concert pianist. He and I have very different tracks. He was kind of very much the classical concert artist, and I'm kind of pursuing with Victor Borga, the entertainer side of the piano. That's where my love is, and then the other side is where his love is. So that's kind of my encouragement is to find what you love, if it's composition or if it's classical music or if it's something altogether different, because that's when you really are motivated to just learn everything that you possibly can. I wanted to figure out what John Williams did to make good music, and so I started studying his songs just on my own and realized, oh, he uses tritone harmonies and a lot of things that don't fall in the normal. He breaks away from very traditional styles of writing. That's part of what makes the music interesting. And I just studied that on my own because I wanted to. So when people get excited, I don't know if that helps some context. There was a hand, you had your hand earlier. Oh, sorry.
Have you ever done any jazz or anything like that?
A little bit. Yeah, so I wrote this little jazz piece one day. I don't even know where I came up with the harmonies. So there are a lot of rules to jazz writing. They're very different rules than what I've talked about. Jazz theory is its own massive world that I know about. Compared to what I wish I knew, I know about this much. Compared to, I can go on stage and make people think I'm a jazz pianist with stuff like that. But compared to like people that have heavy training in jazz, I just don't have that training. But there are certain little rules. Like I can tell you a couple things about jazz is jazz uses a lot of chromatic stuff to do transitions. So, for example, so like that little pattern I just started in the C major chord, right? And I did like a little chromatic. I kept the C in there, because you don't have to change every note. In jazz, often you just change a couple of the notes and you slide them the same direction, either the same direction or opposite directions. But then notice this one. So that little transition, all I did is change one note. So I went from a C up to a C sharp, but I kept my G and B the same there. So that's a very common technique in jazz where you'll take one note and keep it the same between things and then change the other two notes to make very drastic chord changes. And that's part of what makes jazz really fun. So like I can take this basically same chord. Almost identical across that entire chord progression of 4 different chords, and that's what you try to do in jazz writing, is you just try to barely change the notes. It's one of oodles of jazz techniques, but that's one that I'm a little more familiar with, if that helps. Give you something to go on.
Does playing or composing help one or the other? Like if you play the piano, or if you compose, then it will help you play the piano better? Or if you...
It's interesting. I would call them different, actually. I personally would. I feel like there's kind of the discipline side of music that's learning to play and play well, and then there's the creative side of music that's creating. The reality is there's an intersection, because you don't play well unless you're creative and expressive, so you have to have that side, and you can't play your compositions unless you know how to play. So like, there are people, I used to teach, like, and I still do occasionally a little bit of one-on-one stuff with people, and some of the students that I would work with, their composition level was actually above their playing level, which was a problem because they couldn't write the music they wanted to, because they hadn't spent enough time practicing. Like what to them was the less fun side of the piano, they hadn't spent enough time doing that, and so they had these ideas for songs but they couldn't play it. And that's sad, because it's like, oh, you can create this really cool song, but they just didn't have the technique because they hadn't practiced enough. So they are really important because it kind of can limit you that way if you don't have it, but I still look at them as kind of separate things. Like, I spend a lot of time on creative development right now. I'm trying to allocate more time to myself to spend on the actual discipline too, especially some of the classical music that I still want to perform. It takes so much time to keep it in tip-top shape, and so that's, like, I can't just, be creative and suddenly be able to play a Rachmaninoff piece, because that takes, a lot of training to do. So, does that answer your question? Yeah. So yeah, do both, because it does. I've seen it limit the people that they can. But the other is true too. I've seen people that go through college music programs, get masters in music, and they never took